What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I made my way down to Randy Marion Chevrolet and we're going to take a look at the all-new 2020 Chevrolet Silverado High Country. Huge shout out to them for providing this truck for me today. Definitely check out their website. I will have their link down in the description below. This one here is finished off in black. It has an MSRP just over $67,000. And also don't forget, for the month of January, we are doing a Gopro giveaway. More details will be later in this video. Under the hood on the High Country, this comes with the Duramax 3-liter turbo diesel engine. It's only paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 277 horsepower, around 3,700 RPM, and 460 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. It is rear-wheel drive with the optional 4-wheel drive engagement. Weighs around 5,000 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in around 7.5 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at around 23 miles per gallon in the city and 29 out on the highway. This has an overall wheelbase of 147.4 inches. The length is 231.7. It has a width of 81.2 and the height is 75.6 inches. Starting off in the front with the High Country, we're going to take a look at this massive grille. You can see the Chevy logo right in the center, along with a forward-facing camera. This is definitely going to help with visibility in tighter situations like parking lot and things like that. Moving on to the horizontal slats, you can see all the cutouts behind them to provide maximum cooling to the turbo diesel, along with the chrome finished and the nice brush trim piece running just underneath it. As we make our way to the sides here, this has LED headlights, daytime running lights, and fog lights, but I really like how everything is designed. You can see the grille kind of separates the headlight from the turn signal and then wraps around the DRL. There's more body work on the side here too that the DRL wraps around, so it gives it a really cool aggressive look for a pickup truck. Off to the side you can see some functional air inlets that will help with the aerodynamics of this truck, again giving it a really aggressive look. It's nice to see that everything is functional as well. This has parking sensors located throughout the middle section of the bumper. You can see the chrome trim piece on the bottom side around the fog light housings, along with 2 tow hooks. And then down underneath there's even an air dam with even more air inlets, so you'll have even more airflow coming through the lower section of the bumper. And then as we make our way up to the hood, this has the Duramax logo on each side of the hood, and then very nice contoured lines running down it. Moving to the side now, we're going to take a look at the 22-inch wheels. They have a 10-spoke design to them, a very nice finish to them as well that complements the black color. Working our way to the side mirrors, you'll see the top caps are finished off in the same black. These mirrors are also power folding, they're heated. They have a camera underneath each one of them as part of the camera system, which I'll show here later in this video, along with your blind spot and everything integrated into the mirror. Behind that we have chrome handles along with chrome trim running around the windows. You'll also notice there's a really nice line that runs from the rear taillight all the way above the door handles here and then to the front side mirrors. Gives it a really nice look, along with some more contoured lines in the lower section of the door. This also has chrome finish on the running boards there, and they are power operating. So when you open the front door or the rear door, they will automatically fold down, and then when you shut the door, they will automatically go up as well. So that is a very cool feature to see. And finishing up in the rear, this has LED taillights, the standard backup camera with all the parking sensors in the lower section of the bumper. You can see Chevrolet stamped in the upper section of the tailgate, gives it a really nice look with the other badges on the lower section. This does have a body colored lower bumper along with the dual chrome tip exhaust. It can tow up to 9,300 pounds, and on each side of the bumper there's a step as well, making it easier to enter and exit the bed. That's going to finish it up for the exterior walk around on the 2020 Silverado High Country. Definitely has a lot of great exterior features, but before we go ahead and hop inside, you can remotely start this vehicle. So if I double tap on the lock button and then hold the button just below that, it will automatically start up the truck, and if you hold on it again, you can shut the truck off. So that is pretty cool to see. But with the vehicle locked now, we'll go ahead and take a look at the interior. As long as I have the key on me, I'll just push on this button here and it will automatically unlock. Starting off on the door panel, you'll see it has a really nice premium look to it. There's leather on the armrest with silver stitching. There's a wood trim and chrome trim piece just on the other side of your grab handle. This has automatic side windows, of course, with all of your side mirror adjustments. You have more chrome on your release handle, along with lock and unlock and 2 seat memory adjustments. This does feature a 7-speaker Bose audio sound system. And then on the bottom of the door panel, you'll see there's plenty of room for 2 drinks and even more storage space behind them. Hopping into the driver's seat now of the High Country, I'm going to start off with these seats. I really like the two-tone design to them that they have. Of course, they're leather. They have more of the silver stitching like you saw on the door panel. Really nice black stripe in the middle. They are heated and ventilated seats. You can see High Country is embroidered in the headrest as well. And they do have a 10-way power adjustability to them along with lumbar support. Moving on to the steering wheel now, it's completely covered in leather. It has a really nice trim piece that goes around all of the hand controls here that matches the seats, gives it a really cool look. Moving on to all of those controls on the steering wheel now, you'll see off and to the left is all of your cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings along with the heated steering wheel. Off and to the right, we have Bluetooth along with your voice commands. And just by using that rotary dial, we can take a look at your distance until empty along with your average MPG. You have your oil life, your TPMS, along with your brake pad life, your fuel economy, and other information like that. We can scroll over to music. You have the navigation that you can pull up when that is on and running. You can scroll over to your phone when that is paired. And then you have some other settings that you can go into. You can configure your display, your home screen. You have your heads-up display. Right above that, you have some more vital information like your fuel gauge, your oil life, engine temperature. Off and to the left side is the tach, and then the speedometer is off and to the right. Moving to the left side of the steering wheel, we have the electronic parking brake. All of these buttons here will control the heads-up display along with all of your headlights here. There is a cargo bed light that you can turn on and off along with being able to control the brightness. You have all of your four-wheel drive modes right here, and then just by twisting on this dial here to the right, that will pull up the 3 different driving modes. You can see normal, sport, and off-road. And then holding it to the left will pull up your trailer mode. As we make our way to the top, you'll see leather running across the entire dash. And now taking a look at the 8-inch screen in the middle, you can see there's a nice trim piece running around it that continues on from the steering wheel, giving it a really nice look. But looking at the screen now, I'm just gonna click on the home button here. So you'll see the music on one side along with if your phone is paired and navigation on the far right. You can also click on the home button down below here to toggle between this screen and all of your different apps. So you can see audio, phone, navigation. This has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It has all of your different trailer settings that you can use, of course, when you have that hooked up. Your climate controls that you can go into. This does have dual zone climate, so you can easily adjust these for driver and passenger, along with the fan speed right in the center. You have where you'd like the air to go right there. We can go into the camera system now. This has a 360-degree camera and even some more cameras that'll show here. Very nice to be able to see this on a full-size truck. Right now we're looking at the forward-facing camera along with a top-down view. If I click on that button again, we have the same view on the left side now with the rear camera. If I go to the next one over, you can get a more bird's eye view of the rear of the truck, and clicking on it again, same thing for the front of the truck. Moving over to the next one, we can actually see the entire truck, which is pretty awesome to look at. We have a split view for the left side and the right side, along with just a different angle for the front. If we click on this button again, we can look at a camera on the top of the bed, so you can monitor anything that you have in the bed, along with looking at your trailer hitch. So that'll make it much easier to back up and hook up to a trailer as well. So it's nice to have these buttons down below, along with your power and volume for the radio and tuning on the far right. Just below that, there are physical buttons for the AC, so you have driver and passenger, along with all of the controls right in the center. As I mentioned earlier, this has heated and ventilated front seats. There's one setting for the ventilated portion and 2 different ones for the heated, so that's pretty cool to see. And then moving down below that with these toggle switches, I'll start with the lane keeping assist. This has parking sensors, the engine start-stop feature. This has a power tailgate, so you can use this button to open the tailgate. We have the hazards, traction control. This here will turn on power for these outlets. And this far button will extend the power running boards, which is cool to see as well. This does have a trailer brake that you can use along with a USB, and then these are the 12 volts and the power outlet that I just showed. Moving down in the center, this has a good amount of storage space along with a wireless charging pad on one side. There's 2 cup holders with a good amount of storage in between them and some more nice trim. You can see the wood trim on the sides as well. Making our way to the center armrest, you'll see there's a nice pad up here. You can rest your phone or sunglasses or something like that, and then we can go ahead and push this button to open it up. It reveals a ton of storage space with another USB along with an auxiliary and USB port. And then moving on to the glove boxes, you'll see there are 2. The upper one has a little bit of storage space for anything extra that you need to place there, and the lower one has your normal amount of room for anything that needs to go there. We'll go ahead and take another look at these seats. I really like the two-tone design to them, especially with the center having a nice stripe here, matches them nicely. And then up top, this does have a sunroof. You have all those controls up in the center, of course. Moving to the back seats now, there's plenty of space for 3 people to be in the back comfortably. I have the front seat set at my height, 5'10", and I can't even touch the seat here between my knees and the seat. There's plenty of room. I have plenty of room above my head too. I just noticed that the headliner actually goes up, so that gives you even more headroom if you're much taller than me. One thing that I really like, on each side seat here, you can actually open this up and it reveals a little bit of storage space, so you don't actually have to fold the entire seat down to get to the back there. You can easily just pull the center of the seat. And then as we make our way to the center armrest, you have two cup holders with the same design actually as up front, a little bit of storage space in the middle of them. You have some amenities like heated seats along with a 12 volt, a USB, a USB-C, and then two air vents right in the center. The lower portion of the seats also have a 60-40 split to them as well, so you can fold both of them up. It gives you a lot more space for any cargo or anything that you don't want to put back in the bed, along with a nice shelf here, kind of a divider, so you can have some things that won't roll around. Moving on to the bed and the tailgate now. There's actually 3 ways to open up the tailgate. You can use the electronic button on the tailgate, the button inside as I showed earlier, or just double tap this button on the key fob and it will automatically open up. It's a very light tailgate as well, so it is only power down, and then it makes it very easy to go ahead and close. There is a bed liner on this, giving it added protection. You can see all of the tie down hooks in all of the corners, makes it very versatile to tie whatever you need down. There's a power outlet over to one side along with a light on each side as well, and it's really nice how the fender arches are super low, so that gives you a little bit more versatility with whatever you have to pack in the back. And as I mentioned earlier, this also has a side bed step, so you have a place to put your foot obviously, and then a grab handle up top, making it very easy to enter and exit the bed. So hopping into the 2020 Silverado High Country, the first thing that I want to go over is how easy it is to maneuver this truck in parking lot situations. As you saw all those cameras that I showed, it makes it virtually impossible to miss anything around this truck. There's so many different camera angles that you can see the entire truck, which is so cool, especially for a full-size truck like this. It just gives you a little bit more confidence to be able to maneuver this in tight situations. And even if you had a trailer or something on the back, it would make it easier to maneuver that and see behind you. Virtually, there's no blind spots in a parking lot situation, and just getting it out on the road now, same thing, blind spots are virtually not there. In a pickup truck, there's a lot more glass than there are pillars, so even a glance over my left and right shoulder, it's very easy to see. You can definitely tell how long this truck is, but it's really manageable to drive. I drive a mid-size truck, so hopping into a full-size truck, it doesn't really feel all that different. Obviously, you get used to it the more that you drive it. But this is the EcoBoost diesel, as you just heard. I have the start-stop feature on at the moment. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of gas. Wow. It gets up to speed. It's built more for towing. It has a lot more torque, obviously, than the horsepower, but up to the speed limit just like that. For a heavy truck like this, that's really impressive. You're not going to be underpowered having the smaller engine option. There are some larger engines that you can go with, but if you want better fuel economy, you want a lighter engine, and still be able to have good towing capabilities, this is really nice. I don't think it's underpowered by any means. Moving on to everything on the inside now. I really like the materials and the layout of the inside here. Everything has a really nice touch to it, and there's not all that many buttons. There's a lot of different functions that you can do, but everything is grouped together nicely. I like all the four-wheel drive controls off and to the left side. You have your different driving modes as well, but everything in the center here, it's laid out well. I like all of the features too. You can open the tailgate, you can move these side running boards to give you better access to the bed. So just by pushing on that button will allow you to have basically an extra step, as if the running board was that long, and then they can just go back and then up underneath the truck. That is pretty awesome to be able to do. But moving back to some other hidden things that I didn't mention earlier, on the back side of the steering wheel, there's actually radio controls. So you can adjust the volume, change the station if you want. It's very nice how they're integrated into the backside there. Just another hands-free option that you're able to do. And then going over all of the storage space for a pickup truck, obviously you have plenty of room in the bed for anything that you need, but I'm very surprised with the back seat room. Obviously it's a full-size truck, so you expect a lot of room, but at 5'10", I could easily have 2 other people my size, or maybe even bigger, in the back. You definitely have plenty of room, and then you can fold those seats up for anything else that you need. So it's awesome. You could use this as a work truck. You could put things in the back if it was raining or something like that. You wouldn't have to put it in the bed. So doing a 3-point turn here, we're gonna check out the camera. So into reverse, I got the entire camera there. Hopefully that other one can see. I'll go from the bed here and then down on the trailer hitch. So you can see how close I'm getting to the grass there. If you really had to get close to a trailer hitch or something like that, very cool to see that view. As far as driving a full-size truck, you can definitely tell that it is a large truck, but it's very easy to get used to. I'm just driving it now, just cruising, and it doesn't really feel like it's anything different, at least to me, from a mid-size truck. So it's something that you could obviously be able to adapt to be able to drive this every single day. It would be a good daily driver, especially with the smaller engine. It's going to give you a lot better fuel economy. So you could use this as a work truck, or just if it's a truck that you love, you want to drive every single day. It's definitely easy to get used to. But I think that's going to wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive in the 2020 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 High Country. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this truck for me today. Definitely check out their website. I will have all their info in the description below. Also, don't forget, for the month of January, we're doing a GoPro giveaway. All you have to do to be eligible to win is be a subscriber to the channel and comment on videos. We're gonna pick the video with the most comments at the end of the month and pick a random winner from that video. And that's all you have to do. Be a subscriber and comment, and you can win a GoPro. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.